What's up, people? It's your boy Levelhead back with another video for your entertainment. I've been pumping out these videos more regularly now, and I feel like doing another one. So anyway, I have something that I want you guys to listen to, because I know there's a lot of frustration surrounding the Switch right now. A lot of folks are upset about the online and paying for online and the ideal of that, and some of the things that was announced with the online services that I think there's a little confusion there. And many people are upset about the pricing of not only the Switch system, $299, but the Joy-Cons that come with it, being $50 for one and $80 for two, and even the Pro controller being $70, $5 more than what the PlayStation 4 DualShock launched for back in 2013. So I ran across something very interesting as I was listening to one of my favorite podcasts, Radio Free Nintendo. I don't know how many people y'all ever heard of them, but anyway, they had a developer on from Four Corner Games. They make a game called Monochrono, and it was coming to the Wii U, but now it's coming to the Switch. And this developer had a lot to say about the Joy-Cons, and he even shed some light onto the online services. So without further ado, I want you guys to listen up and let this guy give you some insight that we, from our perspective, won't have. So anyway, here we go. Listen up.
You're one of the many channels that information is being thrown at me right now, so I figured it'd be easier if I just had you on here.
That's fine.
What dumb things have we said that are totally wrong that you can correct the record on, please?
Okay, so the voice chat is done through the smartphone app, not the system.
I was going to bring that up earlier, and then I forgot. There's too much happening.
All of their online services are being handled through their smartphone app.
That's weird. But
I guess that's a decent solution, honestly.
The way that their free game works with their paid platform is similar to PS Plus. You can claim the game, and then you have it.
Forever. As long as you keep it, as long as you stay a member.
As long as you're a subscriber.
Okay.
And it will be NES and Super Nintendo games, and where applicable, they will have online multiplayer. And I believe the goal there is to have, because they just added online multiplayer to all their virtual console games, you might never find a match in an obscure game. So I believe their theory is by giving it to a ton of players all at once, then during that month you will actually find online communities.
Right. That makes sense.
Yeah.
So right there we see that, yes, the online services will be handled by an app on your phone. Now, how that fully works, he didn't really go into detail. He did say what we already know, but he did also say something that we were understanding wrong. The actual games that we get free, we are able to keep those games if we continue to play for the service, just like PlayStation, the PlayStation service. So the free games that they're giving us, you would get it for free initially, but in order to keep that game, you would have to pay for Nintendo's online service. And he went a little bit farther to even talk about what the strategy might be behind giving us the free game like that. Meaning that if Nintendo is going to take some of these older retro games and make them online compatible, then finding online matches might be harder just throwing it out there in the wild. So what they're going to do is release the game, allow you to find the communities that you and friends and those who want to play that game with you, and then once you are acclimated and the community is kind of strengthened, then if you want to continue to play that game, you would have to pick up the Nintendo service. That's what I'm taking from what he's saying. So that's a tidbit on the actual online. We still don't know enough, but that's a little insight. But what he has to say about the Joy-Cons, to me, I think you guys need to listen to. So let's go to that part. Here we go.
Seren, do you have anything to announce tonight?
Well, I've already announced Monochrona for the Switch. I can reiterate 2017, and I will say it is a joy of a platform to develop for. It is really so easy to get everything I want done. The Joy-Con are actually the best controllers I've ever used.
Can you elaborate on that?
Sure. So the motion sensitivity is more akin to a Vive wand or an Oculus Touch controller than PS Move or Wii Remote Plus or anything like that. So they were like anything that had motion on that stage was not staged. And the HD Rumble, I am actually using HD Rumble in Monochrona on Switch, and it makes a difference.
So you hear him say that the Joy-Cons are more aligned with the Vive wand or the Oculus controller. Now, I've played with both of these controllers. Me and my boy, K-Bum20, he took me on a trip when I was up visiting him to see a friend who owned both of these devices. And I'm going to tell you right now, you can't even compare the Wii remotes or the Move to the Vive wand, especially the Vive or the Oculus. I mean, the immersion, it was a game we were playing where it was basically a bow and arrow game where we had to basically shoot these gingerbread men down. And the way that game felt when you pulled back the bow to shoot the arrow was a whole different type of rumble effect. You literally felt like you had a string in your hand and your aim was precise. And this is possibly pointing to VR, which he will allude to again later on. But let's continue to listen to what he has to say about the Joy-Cons. Let's go.
Yeah, so what they were saying with the Ice Cube is if you have one Ice Cube in and you tilt the Joy-Con to the left, you'll hear a thud you'll feel a thud at the bottom of the controller. And if you have three, you'll feel three separate thuds in three different parts of the controller that all rumble with each other as they would vibrate, and then you can feel it like the low motor rolling up with water, and then you can tilt it to drink it and then feel there be less in the Joy-Con. There's actually in 1-2 Switch, there is a mini game called Eating Contest, which has to do with this.
What on earth? Did you
And the rock, paper, scissors thing is 100%. It is a small range, but it is similar technology to what's in Connect 2.0 in terms of you can just put your hand in any gesture in front of it, and it can immediately map it into the software.
So again, here we are with more details on this thing. Now, we saw this being kind of demonstrated in the footage, but what he's saying is, don't take that lightly what you saw. It is actually reality. It's not waggle. It's real, one-to-one, real-time inputs being read and registered from your movements into this system. So again, I say, can we, from our armchairs of criticism, write this off without actually experiencing it? When he describes the depth of the tech and what it can actually do and what it's actually giving you as a consumer, can we get upset about the pricing of it when he describes the tech? It actually sounds like it's actually worth what it's being projected to cost. I'm just wondering. Now, he's not done. He's going to continue to talk, but I'm just breaking in between and giving my thoughts. He's really being detailed as a developer, telling us what all this thing could do. And I'm just curious and want to know, in your opinion, are we jumping the gun with our frustration about the price of this device? But let's continue.
The fidelity of the Joy-Con. Well, actually, I have a couple of Joy-Con questions. How well does it map motion? And we talked about, you said it's better than the Wii Motion Plus, but in what way?
Are the specs out on the Switch website yet?
I don't mean from a technical standpoint, just in actual like your experience using it.
I have not been able to find those for the motion controls.
I'm sure they aren't out yet.
If the specs aren't out, I can't talk from a technical perspective. I hope you understand. I'm sorry.
No. I don't mean from a technical perspective. I mean just I don't mean like how is it better. I'm just like how does it when you say it feels better? What does that mean? Yes,
like arms.
Yes, let's talk about arms.
Arms is legit. I experienced a demo of arms, and mostly of the tech, and the fact that I can punch my right arm forward and then curve it slightly to the right, and then as you would expect, like the boxing glove on the spring would curve to the right and hit the enemy as they're moving to their left, and I hit them because I made a subtle wrist, like a very subtle wrist motion. Like I'm talking subtle, like Wii Motion Plus wouldn't. Wii Motion Plus is great, but it would not be able to detect. It doesn't detect subtlety as much. Like think Skyward Sword. Like you have to like fully rotate your wrist. This is like no, it will detect a 5-degree angle that you change mid thrust, and it will in real time react in the software.
Oof. So like in arms, you could throw a punch and then basically guide it by manipulating.
Yes.
Ooh.
All in real time, and with the most accuracy with exactly the amount of accuracy I expected and hoped for.
How often do you have to calibrate that?
Have they announced?
Haven't said any. They have not used the word calibrate. I'm just thinking back to Skyward Sword and all that stuff.
It's not Wiimotion. It is closer to the amount of recalibration you will need on virtual reality controllers.
Okay.
Which is not as much.
So again, he draws comparison to virtual reality controllers like the Vive and Oculus controllers. I've played with the Vive 1, and you do not have to calibrate near as much. Almost, I don't remember having to calibrate at all when playing the Vive controller. So again, this is speaking to the technology that is in the Joy-Cons and justifying the price of $80 for two, $50 for one. The Vive 1 costs $128. So again, are we jumping the gun when we say that this is too much, or is the value is not there, or Nintendo is tripping from our armchairs of criticism? Are we jumping the gun when we throw our hate and our frustration at Nintendo for things we haven't experienced yet? I say let's wait until we actually experience it, and then once we experience it, give our criticism then. This is an actual developer. He's not a big time, but he's an indie developer, and he's working with the Switch. He has the Switch. He has the dev kit. He's worked with the Joy-Con controller, and this is his testimony of the tech that's inside, the advanced technology that the Joy-Cons bring to the table, to the Switch device. He said it's more akin to Vive and Oculus and those controllers, which cost upwards of $100+ for those ones and those controllers for VR. And he even says some more. He even gives a list, and I'm going to end on this. He gives a list of all the games that are going to be here at launch. And he doesn't end, but I ended there. So this has been long enough. Let me know what you guys think. This has been your boy Levelhead about to sign out. Make sure you tune in to FullEffectGaming.com. Until next time, folks, keep it gaming. Deuces.
Those are using external sensors, so they're kind of continuously calibrated.
So real quick, before any other questions, I just saw this. This is the full North American launch lineup as best I can tell.
Do it.
1-2 Switch. Disgaea 5 complete.
Yeah.
Has been Heroes. I Am Setsuna. Just Dance 2017, Puyo Puyo Tetris, Rayman Legends Definitive Edition, Skylanders Imaginators, Snipper Clips, Steep, Super Bomberman R, and The Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild.